Hello historians, welcome to this homework video. Today we're going to work a little bit more on how did the Nazis create a police state. We're going to look at how the Nazis took control of the legal system in Germany. This means we're going to be working on workbook materials 2.6 and 2.7. Now, if you don't already have your workbook in front of you, it's time to go and grab that now and a pen, and when you're ready, hit play and we'll continue. So we're working at the moment on Inquiry 2 in our workbooks, how did the Nazis create a police state? Today we're going to look at how did the Nazis change the legal system. The first thing we're going to do is to update our knowledge organisers. So you need to pause the video here and find these key items on your knowledge organiser, underline them, highlight them, and then when you're ready, hit play. So today we're looking at how the Nazis controlled the legal system in Germany. This means the courts and the judges. So we're going to start with this photograph of a Nazi court. This is the People's Court. You can see its leading judge, Roland Freisler, in the photograph in front of you. The first thing I want you to do here is think about this question. What evidence can you see in this photograph that the legal system was under Nazi control? I want you to pause the video now and think about that for a minute before hitting play. Okay, let's see how you got on. First of all, did you notice that Roland Freisler and the other judge are actually giving the Hitler salute? Behind him, you can see that the courtroom has been draped with Nazi swastikas. And if you look closely, there's a bust or sculpture of Hitler in the courtroom. So before we dive in and look any further at the Nazi legal system, let's remind ourselves how the legal system works in a democracy. So you're going to do task 2.7. Here you have 7 statements all about the courts and judges. For each statement you have 2 options. You need to choose which of the options applies in a democracy. So let's look at statement A together as a model. In statement A, you need to decide how a judge is chosen in a democracy. Now the correct answer here is that in a democracy, judges are not chosen by the government. Pause the video, have a go at the other statements, and then hit play when you're ready to check them. Okay, let's check those statements. Statement B. In a democracy, judges follow the law. The government doesn't tell them what to do. For statement C, in a democracy, court cases are held in public so that everybody gets to see that justice is done fairly. For statement D, in a democracy, it is the jury which decides whether the defendant is guilty or not. For statement E, juries are made up of ordinary people like you and I, and that ensures that the trial is fair. For statement F, when a defendant is found guilty, it is the judge who decides what sentence or punishment the defendant receives. And for statement G, in a democracy, judges cannot be removed if they make a decision which the government does not agree with. So the government cannot remove judges who it disagrees with. Now let's look at the Nazi legal system. We're going to read about its key features. Now what we're going to find here is that the Nazis made some key changes to the legal system in Germany in order to bring the legal system under their control. What you need to do is to make 3 lists. You're going to list what changes the Nazis made to the police, what changes they made to judges, and what changes they made to the courts themselves. So, for example, one of the changes they made to the police was that they made Himmler chief of all police in Germany. So you can see I've added that to my chart, and you should add it to yours too. You're ready now to do the task, so pause the video, read the information, complete your lists, and when you're done, hit play. In the final part of our lesson today, we're going to look at some of the death sentences handed down by Nazi judges in the People's Court. these death sentences were given to crimes that the Nazis considered to be really serious. And at the bottom of task 2.7 you have 3 examples. These crimes were all given the death sentence. Your job is to explain why the Nazis gave the death penalty for those offences. Here's an example. The Nazi judges gave the death sentence to people who told anti-Nazi jokes. Why was this? Well, this is because the Nazis wanted to regulate people's conversations and to deter them or scare them out of criticising the government. So your job now is to pause here and complete your 3 examples. And when you're done, your homework is complete. Well done.